Is that a Stephanie Rojas on a call? Oh, dang.
Oh, dang. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, Miss Teresa? Sitting outside, or is that just a background?
No, I am outside.
You never know these days.
I know.
It almost looks like a background, though.
Doesn't it?
It looks really good, yeah.
Nothing's moving. It's still. I'd much rather be outside. Here, let me go outside. I'm way outside now.
Oh yeah, you're outside. Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought I'd enjoy the morning fresh air before it gets too hot.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Get out there, get some goodness in your life, and fresh air is going to help.
Yeah.
Oh. How you doing today, Mr. Greg?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you, sir. Mr. Johnston Thompson, how you doing? Looking great with a hat, some glasses, and a beard. Terrible internet connection.
Oh.
Miss Benson, how are you? Excellent. Mr. Anderson, sorry about your rough evening. Hopefully today's a better day for you.
You and me both. That was a bad day yesterday.
Damn. Oh. I believe that professionalism comes when everything goes to shit. It's how you handle it.
I'm trying to be nice about it.
Go fishing. Get yourself out there and get away from people.
Tomorrow.
Yep. How are you doing, Miss Renee?
Good.
Good. Lady of few words and all the intent. I like it. Morning, Miss
Actually, I
Rob.
have to go into my real job today, so I'm trying to get stuff ready.
Oh, you're just like, damn it, I gotta go.
Oh, we have graduation on Saturday, so I have to go get stuff ready, and then that's it. But
Right. How's Miss Robin doing?
Good, thank you. I have my first home inspection today.
Exciting. Stay
Go
glued to
love
the
it.
inspector's hip.
Yeah. Do I take notes? Do I just take it all in?
It's up to you.
Okay, I probably need to take notes.
This is your movie. We're just watching it.
who are you getting it done with?
Barrett with Top Tier.
Let me know how you like them. Miss Eileen, how are you today?
I am good, thank you.
Any more conversation with the mean agent?
She stopped talking to me. How's that?
Good. Good morning, Miss Mara. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Miss Melissa, I hope you're having a great day.
Yes.
Well, I was driving into work this morning, guys, and I realized the one thing we really haven't done any scripting around, but we're driving the point super hard, is lead generating, right? We're doing a lot to generate leads. We're not doing a whole lot to talk about what happens once you get a lead. Right? For me, it's second nature to pick up the phone and start asking questions, but for you guys, I wanted to make sure you knew what to do, once we get to that point. So I think the biggest thing when it comes to lead generation is follow-up. There ain't no point in filling your database full of people to talk to if you never talk to them again. Who's got some experience with some online leads other than Teresa?
I've gotten some, but they've all needed to get on credit plans with a lender first. So
But you were able to start some conversations, right?
yeah, the majority of it was just via email and messages. So
That's okay. It's actually how a lot of conversations are going to start, because you're going to have a lot of, as you grow in this business, you're going to have a lot of people you've never actually talked to yet that are putting in inquiries online and having these requests for information, and you're following up via digital or analog, depending on how bad your service is, responses. How would you handle that? Renee, let's say that I sent you, a lead, and you give me a call. What's your first call sound like?
I've only called, I guess I've called 2 of them. But the context behind it in general, what for both of them actually, was they know that they want to buy, but they need to get credit help and need to like talk to a lender. So it was kind of a more so explaining who I'll help them find and then what that person will help them do. And then just kind of a brief explanation for after that.
Okay, let's rock it through it. Act like you're talking. Like I just put a lead in for you on a house, 123 Main Street. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that place. It's pretty popular.
Okay, so ring.
Hello.
Hi, Dan. This is Renee from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, so I saw that you are interested in buying a house, but that you don't really know where to start.
Right.
Yeah, so have you talked to a lender? Do you know how that process works at all?
No, I wanted to look at some houses first before I go down that path. You know.
Yeah, so we can definitely get you set up on our MLS, which is our listing service. But the biggest thing right now, especially in Tucson, is that we want to get you pre-approved so that when you do see something you like, we can get you in there as quickly as possible or put an offer on.
Okay.
So would you mind if I contacted a lender to talk to you kind of about that process?
No, not at all.
Okay, can I have your email address?
I'd rather not give it to you.
Okay, how about a phone number?
Don't you have it? Didn't you call me on it?
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm stuck.
Yeah. How do we ask for an email address?
Tell me.
Tell me what email address you'd like them to communicate with you on.
Okay.
Tell me the email address that you use most frequently. Tell me the email address that you actually check. Don't ask, can I have your email? No.
Okay, so I guess since you already said you don't mind if I share your info. Okay, can I just get an email address from you then so I can provide accurate information to the lender?
Sure. It's email@email.com.
Awesome. So yeah, so she'll kind of walk you through the process and then I kind of forgot where I was now that we stopped.
All right, let's turn it around. Ring, Renee.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Renee, this is Big Dan Caldwell, Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Hey, I got your email request for some information on this property on Main Street. Is that the only house you're looking for?
I don't really know yet.
Okay. Well, out of curiosity, what started the search?
Well, I've heard it's a good time to buy and interest rates are low, but I don't really know where to go.
Okay. Well, that's a great thing that you and I are talking. I can help you out with that. Typically, a new buyer in Tucson, it's advantageous for them to speak to one of my lending partners first so we can get that process out of the way. That way we know exactly what kind of house to find you. Do you mind if I share your contact information with my lending partner and we can ask them some questions?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, the email that I've got here is email@email.com. Is that the one that you check most often?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and the number I'm calling you on, is that your cell phone?
Yes.
Do you mind if I text you that number or have my lending partner contact you on that as well?
No, that's okay.
Okay, cool. What I'll do is I'm going to share their contact information with you, so you'll have that soon. Would you like that through a text or email?
Text.
Okay, I'll text that to you here shortly, and then I'm going to share yours with them and then put you guys on a group chat. That way I can kind of stay in the loop on things. Once we get through that, we'll start looking for houses. What's the dream house look like for you?
Looking at like 3 beds, 2 baths. I don't really know what I want right now.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Well, when's a good time for us to get together? We can sit down and actually go over the process in a higher detail, and I can help narrow down your search so that while the lenders are doing their part, we can start hitting the ground running and getting some information together.
I don't know.
Okay. Is this something you wanted to get accomplished this month or in a few months?
I mean, I just want to start looking.
Okay. Did you have a preferred time on when you wanted to buy a house?
No, just whenever the right one comes around.
All right. How motivated would you say you are?
Like I said, I just started looking, so I don't, I don't really know the full process yet.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of my buyers are in the same situation, are not sure how the process works out, and are surprised when they find themselves putting an offer in on the first or second house they view after sitting down with me so that they can find out exactly which home is going to fit their needs, styles, and budget.
Okay.
Would this week work, or would next week be easier?
Probably next week.
Earlier in the week or later in the week?
Earlier.
Okay, around Monday, Tuesday?
Oh, I didn't know if you said around, so
Oh, no,
I didn't know if my internet cut out because my internet's been cutting out. I don't know, just early in the week, preferably in afternoon.
Okay. Early afternoon or later in the afternoon?
Either one.
Okay. What day works best for you?
Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday around
3.
Perfect. I'll do Tuesday at 3 o'clock next week. Now I'm going to send you over a meeting invite so that you have all the information on the address where we're at, some information on me as well as all my contact information. I'm going to share over your contact information to the lender right now so that we can get you started. His name is Steve Lemons at Fairway. He'll be reaching out to you shortly and help answering some more of those questions for you. I want to make sure that you have all the information you need to make a well-informed decision. And while that's happening, I'm going to start sending some information to you on housing. And I want you to take a look at them in the different areas, and we'll start narrowing things down that you like, what you don't like, in just the house itself. And then I will fine tune the search for you. And then once I've got a better idea, I'll actually start putting boots to the ground and getting that taken care of. And then come Tuesday, we're going to fine tune the rest of this and give you a better understanding so that when the time comes for you to buy, you'll be well informed and ready to rock and roll. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yes, it is a lot, but that's why you've got me in your corner to help you out.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
Who,
Thanks.
who am I supposed to hear from? From what's the lender?
Fairway Mortgage. You may have already gotten a text right now.
Okay, sounds good.
See the difference in layout? You're not just handing them off to a lender. You want to start building rapport and building a reason to stay in contact. Always still
And like I said, a lot of mine has been via Messenger and email, so I guess it kind of depends on the context behind it.
Yeah, and you can have similar conversations through Messenger and mail too.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that like the calls that I've done, I've already kind of gotten the basics, and then they have to kind of like run through it. So.
Right. I saw Miss Stephanie and Miss Mary had questions, or and Robin. Ezra's got a question too.
Oh, well, I'll speak for him. I just wanted to say good job, Renee and Big Dan. I'm learning a lot. And I really liked Big Dan, how when it came time to set an appointment with her, how it seemed just like you gave her like entire choice. If everybody noticed that, like it was just, this week or next week, early next week, or later next week. Okay, choose Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday, okay, earlier, later. It's kind of like a magic trick, like reds and blacks, and so she made all of those choices all the way down to Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So I just liked how you just kept that bouncing back and forth and kept that in her court. Good job.
So that's just the magic of walking them down the appointment trail. When you got somebody that's non-committal on a time frame, you start forcing that. Okay, is this something we do this month or next month? Okay, this month. Okay, earlier in the month, later in the month, this week or in a couple of weeks, like narrowing it down, and then you can really start valuing. Okay, and one line I like to throw out there is that you know your schedule better than I do. When's a good time for us to get together? It's a question that does not present a no answer. When you say when's a good time for us to get together, it assumes that there is no bad time and that we are going to get together at some point. It's actually assumptive closing. When you're working with leads, you want to get them down the process. Well, I don't want to submit my credit. Did I say anything once about submitting credit? As a tech, talk to my lending partner that can help answer more questions for you. They are very good at getting the app. they are very good at moving that process down the line. It's the same thing as if you had a manager or you guys are in on a different deal and you hand them over and say, hey, I need some help. Can you talk to my client? You come in, it's called a turn. This is a lending partner turn. So your lending partner is going to answer more questions. Are you qualified to answer lending questions? Why is that, Ricky?
Because I know nothing about lending.
Because you're not a lender. You are licensed to help buy, sell, and invest in real estate. You are not licensed to write contracts for lending.
Out of your scope.
Out of your scope of work. I love that response. Stay in your lane. So, who wants to give it a run?
Dan, I have a question first. Is it important, would you bring the lending up right away? Or would it be more trying to get them to get our app, or just set that appointment and then in the appointment we would talk about qualifying with the lender?
It depends on your style. Like Renee was very off-putting. She had some questions about lending real quick. So we pushed her off to the lending partner. And then I got that out of the way, said, hey, do you mind if I share your contact information? So that's out of the way. She knows that I'm going to share her contact information. I'm not just going to do it arbitrarily, knowing that I'm respecting her information and her time. Then I go for the appointment because that's going to linchpin our deal. What that does is it gets her in front of us. It gets toe-to-toe, belly-to-belly, face-to-face, or a Zoom call, whatever you need to do, where you're actually able to build 10 times more rapport and anchor that client. I got a text last night from somebody said, hey, Dan, sorry, I'm going with a different agent. Okay. Why? Like, that was my response is like, would you tell me what the deciding factor was? And she didn't respond for a long time. I was like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You're just going to help me become better. So, it's nothing you did. I just know this person. I worked with them so they understand my work situation and my income thing better. I was like, okay, no problem. Which just tells me I didn't do a good enough job setting rapport and getting them into the appointment faster. Because this was 2 days ago that we started talking, and we couldn't get an appointment scheduled up, and I was wishy-washy on it at the start. So it's super important to solidify, even though your lender's got their information and you've sent everything off and you think you're hunky-dory, until they sit down with you and sign a buyer broker, that's not your buyer.
So if it is somebody that needs a credit plan and you get them with a lender, at what point would you bring up the buyer broker? If you know they're 6 months down the road from even being able to buy.
Then I'd still sit down with them, have a meeting, treat everyone the same.
Okay.
It makes your buyer broker longer.
So you do have them sign a buyer broker?
Why not?
Okay. I wasn't sure. So.
They're utilizing your resources for credit management. Even though it's free to almost every client, and there's access to every client, it's how you sell it. Hey, Miss Renee, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I know that you're struggling with your finances right now to get your credit line to be qualified for a house. I have a great program that my clients are allowed to use through blank at blank that will actually help you repair your credit at no cost to you. Versus, hey, this bank, they'll help you fix your credit. They do it to everybody. Keep yourself in the middle of the transaction. Sometimes you got to sell it. Sometimes you got to make your life a little bit more whimsical than it is. Whew, man, I spent all day negotiating this contract for you. Went back and forth with the listing agent a couple of times, and I think we finally came to an agreement. They're going to counter us. It's only a $5,000 difference, but I think it's a great deal for you. And that could have been a 1-minute phone call with the listing agent when they're like, hey, you think your client will go up $5,000? They're like, yeah, we already talked about it. Let me see what I can do. Put it on paper. Let me figure it out. I'm not condoning lying to your clients, but I am definitely condoning selling whatever happened to your clients. Sell the process, everything you do. It may seem super easy to you. It may seem super natural and second nature, and you didn't put much effort into it. But when somebody who doesn't have your skill sets or experience or exposure may never been able to get through that. So when it comes to those lending and credit plans, most people don't know they exist.
Is
That's
it
why
lying,
credit
or
repair
is
is
it just
huge.
like Is it really lying, or is it just like they don't need to understand the process behind the scenes?
They don't need to understand the process behind the scenes. That's your job.
Right.
Nobody cares what the baker did. All they care about is how the cake tastes. Right?
Yeah.
I've never been to Dunkin' Donuts and heard somebody say, "Show me the batter." Because they would probably get looked at funny, like, okay. Because Dunkin' makes donuts and donuts are made out of dough, but nobody got that?
I
No?
got it. I laughed.
Okay.
I laughed at you, Dan.
I'd much rather you laugh at me than not laugh at all. Laughter is huge. So, yes, Jason, show me the money. Well, let me ask you this, Jason. You were back scenes of the transaction with your mom. How much back and forth was there? How much BS was there behind the scenes that we didn't explain to your mom because it wasn't the need to know at that moment? We just showed her the cake.
Yeah.
You're terrible, dude. I think we lost Jason. Earth to Jason.
I have a question, Dan.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it's on the other side of that. Then you have like, I've come across several times people who like, well, my real estate agent doesn't really do that much. They, you know, and I talked to somebody Sunday, they were like, they just bought a house and, you know, they were telling me their story about how their realtor wasn't really doing anything. And, you know, I'm just like, oh. So, or they found the house. I'm like, well, that's the easiest part of the job. That's the easiest part of buying a house, is finding it.
And that's because an agent didn't walk them through the path, didn't tell them what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to discuss the finite details of everything.
Yeah.
You do need to put some polish on it.
So I think it was my first listing. I got an offer just from the sign. It wasn't even listed. This was before the whole coming soon thing.
Right.
It was a coming soon sign. We got an offer like in 2 days or some, maybe a week, whatever. And the seller didn't want to pay. They wanted me to reduce my commission because I didn't do anything.
If you guys have heard my listing presentation the other day, I covered that in the beginning. Is with the work that I'm going to do on selling your house, there's a potential that I get it sold before it ever even hits the market. Don't worry. I'm not going to charge you more for that.
That was my first list. I didn't even know how to talk to anybody at that time.
Yeah, no, I've gotten that all.
I still don't.
I've gotten that question too. Hey, we got 3 offers the first day. What did you even do? I put your house in a position to get 3 offers the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want you to reduce your commission. I want you to pay me more. Well, why would I do that? Exactly.
Wait, what?
They asked me to reduce my commission. I told them to pay me more. And they said, well, why would I do that? And I just said, exactly. Because if you can't justify why I should pay less, and I sure as hell can justify why you should pay more. But it's all setting up the expectation up front. But I don't want to get too off topic for these leads because I think that's super important for you guys to follow up on your leads. All right, now, what are some follow-up things to do later on down the line? You got the first call. That first call is to go for the appointment. If you don't get the appointment that time, they just want some information, what do you do?
Would you follow up to see if they've talked to the lender or if the lender's reached out to them?
I call the lender too.
I was gonna say the lender contacts me normally after they contact them.
Yeah, like I put them in a group chat. So I'll text, hey, Steve, meet my buyer. They're looking for a house, first-time home buyer, super excited, need some info. Space, same text. Hey, buyers, this is Steve, my lending partner at Fairway. He's one of the best loan officers in the country, and I know that he's going to take good care of you, and I know you're in good hands. Send. Shortly after, I get a text back from Steve. Hey, buyer, it's so nice to meet you over text. When's a good time for us to talk? Do you have time this afternoon, or would tomorrow be easier? Then usually there's some kind of volley back and forth. And if there is none, after a couple of days, I'll throw a text in the same chat. Hey, Steve, did you ever hear from Blyer? And then that's usually when they're like, oh, damn, I never called him back. And I'll get a text, hey, I'm so sorry I never called you back. Now, when it comes to furthering follow-up after like credit plans, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, that's a monthly phone call. Hey, Miss Teresa, thank you so much for working with Steve and going down his credit plan. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure everything's going well. How are things?
Oh, pretty well. I been working on paying down some credit card debt. That was one of the things your lender advised, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, he did the same thing for me and made a huge impact.
Yeah, it really is helpful, and that way I can get a better interest rate once I get things more squared away.
Absolutely. More buying power is not a bad thing. So, hey, while you're in this process, you're still going to come across a lot of opportunities to look at and talk about and think about real estate. And you kind of run into people that are doing the same. If you feel comfortable with it, do me a favor, get their contact information and share it to me so I can help them the same way I'm helping you.
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Awesome. Well, hey, are you getting those emails I'm sending you about the market updates?
Yeah, I've just been kind of busy, with a bunch of stuff, so I haven't responded. But yeah.
I understand. Life happens, and I don't expect you to stop what you're doing to talk to me. Not every day, anyways.
Well, I apologize, and I'll try to do a little bit better. So
it's all right, my friend. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that I'm part of this process for you, and I look forward to helping you get your first house here shortly.
Yeah, we do too. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Awesome. Take care. Simple call, right? It's a care call.
Yeah.
It's not just a follow-up. Hey, are you still doing the shit you're supposed to do? Thanks. Bye. It's, hey, I appreciate you. I'm here for you. I'm honored to be helping you in your process. I give a damn. And then follow up next month. Hey, Miss Teresa, how's things going? You still following that plan? Oh, we slipped a little bit, or this, and this happened. That's okay. Things happen. Don't worry. We'll get you back on track. When you call and show that you care, you will stay and retain forever. The best referral sources you can ever get is somebody who had no chance in hell on buying a house, and you walked them down that path. You held their hand. You gave them hugs. You gave them love. You gave them all the answers. And then you finally gave them the keys to their brand new house. Guess what? You just stay in light contact with that person. You are their agent for life.
Good stuff.
Remember that. The professionalism comes when things don't go right. Anybody can sign a contract, get a perfect deal, sit back, and go to closing day. It takes the professional to stick in the transaction, stick through the BS, follow up, come from contribution, show that you give a damn, and help them get to their solution. So don't be afraid of leads. Generate the shit out of them. Get a ton. I mean, like Jesse's got 10,000. I think I talked to him the other day. 10,000 plus leads. And that's insane. That's awesome. Looks like Stephanie and the team have some work to do when they get rolling.
Yes, we do.
That's why I'm glad she's on these calls. She's going to hit the ground running, brother.
Dude, that's why I signed her up for Bold too.
She got Bold and Big Dan. That's a terrible situation.
And she's got me, so it's even worse.
I was about to say, and you and I are a lot the same. So.
Yep.
Well, guys, it's a wonderful Thursday. Any questions before we kick off?
No, just thank you. I'm going to use some of those techniques because I got a lot of lead calls to make today. So.
You will win deals back in follow-up, guys, because other agents give up because we were in such a hot market that if they didn't buy or sell that day, they weren't going to talk to that person ever again. So now's the time to start banging on those leads again. Let's give them calls. Let's keep on that 36 to convert. An email, a call, and a postcard every month. It's very simple to do. So got some chats in there. I want to make sure. everything we need. All right, cool. So we've covered it all. It is 8:30. You guys got plenty of time for the rest of your day to do some lead generation, some lead follow-up, and creating the business that you deserve to have. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh, is the PC meeting tonight?
Yes, ma'am. 6 p.m. PC call.
Okay.
Y'all are welcome to be on it. Well, you're all on PC, so even Jesse, you can come join.
Oh, thanks.
6 to 7. It's a mastermind. Bring your friends.
I completed my buyer's guide and sent it out. 29 pages, but anyway, I think they're gonna love it.
But now you know every step in it because you went and redid it all. That's what matters. It counts.
We did it like 5 times. So anyway.
Oh, and you guys want to see something cool?
Hmm?
You guys get some firsthand look. Now that you're on the call, because this is just for Amber. This is just for Amber right now.
Okay.
Because she yelled at me yesterday.
I did not. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that looks sick.
So nice.
Oh.
That,
That looks just like the stone in my house.
this slab right here weighed 600 pounds.
I love it.
Where'd you get your cabinets from?
These cabinets are from Window Depot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're shaker, soft closed, full extension, dovetail drawers, and they were $6,000 less than Home Depot.
Oh,
Well, I'm looking for cabinets right now, so that's good to know. And I've been to Home Depot.
Yeah, no, Cindy, let me see what Cindy Malik, Window Depot.
Looks awesome, Dan.
Looks
So here,
beautiful.
I'll put her email in the chat. Send her an email and say, hey, my productivity coach over at Keller Williams sent me your contact, and she's been helping. She's helped 6 of my friends already since this.
Well, the quality is probably better than Home Depot or Lowe's too.
It's actually almost identical. Just looking at the stuff they have in stock is garbage. Well, I have those in my laundry room. This stuff is full plywood construction, soft closing. It's really nice. And this kitchen, like the entirety of this kitchen, cost me $5,700 in just cabinets.
That's
It
great.
was $12,000 at Home Depot, 11 and change at Lowe's, and even with Lowe's, they said, well, you get 30% off, and then this and this. It still was $7,000, and then installed. This cost me $7,000 total installed.
Oh, wow.
No, it was $5,300,
I go by.
$6,000 installed. And then the granite, I did GMT Stoneworks. Awesome. They were awesome. So.
You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, now I got to plumb it. Last night I tried plumbing it, and I don't have hot water in my kitchen right now for some reason. So, needless to say, I was frustrated last night. So.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
All right, guys, if you need me, call me, text me. I have a full day packed full of meetings, but if I'm available and I can talk, I will. Just text me.
I already texted you.
Cool. I'll answer right now. Or do I need to call you right now?
Whatever you have
Oh,
time for. I've got a few things on my mind.
Cool. All right, guys. Be well.
Bye, guys.